What is up, guys? It's me, TheGamingD. Welcome back to another video. We're here with podcast number 8, and we're with dballerxx.
What's up, guys? It's late right now, so I'm be talking a little quiet.
It's really late, and we're here to talk to you guys about some pretty good gaming stuff that's been going on. But before we get into all that stuff, let's have a nice little conversation with Devin here. How's your channel been going since the last time you were actually on my channel?
Oh, it's doing all right. I mean, I've been I started an ARC documentary on my whole journey through ARC since I got it last year. Actually, around this time, July, I bought it, and yeah, I've just been documenting my whole experience through it, and just hit 6K subs. So that's what's up.
Well, congrats on the 6K subscribers. It's,
Thank you very much.
that's a big milestone. You'll be at 10 in no time.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Thank you.
but if anyone here hasn't gone and seen his Arc series, go check it out. If you're coming from his channel, you need to watch it if you haven't. Like, don't just pay attention to his Fallout content. Check out this other content that he's actually putting a lot of time into and is actually really, really interesting. So make sure to go check that out. Give Devin a cheap little plug here at the beginning, why not?
Yeah, honestly, I'm really glad that everyone that has seen it so far is enjoying it because that's honestly, that series means more to me than the mod series. I know it's my biggest series, the mods, and I love Fallout so much, but the Arc series is something that I care so much about because it was one of the best gaming experiences that I've ever had, and I just want to get it out there so that people can see it, you know? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's honestly really, really good. Like, I got into Ark quite a bit when it first came out onto console, and I played it for maybe like 2 months, almost every day, and it was really fun. And then I just kind of lost my feel to the game. And now seeing this series that you've made, it makes me wish that I was playing Ark at the time, so I could have possibly been in that tribe and been able to experience all of that stuff that's been going on in there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's
it's
really cool.
definitely a unique gaming experience, worked out very perfectly, and it's something that I don't think you're going to see much on YouTube, something documented in that way. So I wanted to make it. I had all of this footage, didn't know what to do with it, so I decided, let's put this out there. Because one, I needed a clear space, and two, um, once again, it's something really unique that I felt like it needed to be shared. So, yeah, it was like a
It's really
movie.
it's really, really good. So
Yeah, thank you.
just keep her going.
Yeah, I
but
plan on
uh
it.
But yeah, so this podcast is mainly going to be about E3 2018. I know it's clearly a couple weeks away from when E3 originally happened, but we got some stuff to say about quite a few games that they showcased there. But first, just want to say that Microsoft they reviewed a bunch of exclusives. Jesus Christ, I can't even talk. Um, there, and also they revealed a lot of games that were going to be on almost every single console that you could think of. So that was really cool for them to do. And then Sony, they mainly focused on their exclusive games this year. They just wanted to show off all of their stuff they've been working on and not really focus on things that have already been shown off. So both of these, companies did amazing things this year at E3 for the most part, and we're gonna talk about some of them. So we're gonna start off with all of the Xbox games that they revealed at the Xbox press conference. So first game we got here is Devin's favorite, Fallout 76. This
So
is
yeah, I could start
something.
off with this one. So Bethesda planned on doing their press conference or their showcase of all of their games, including the big one, Fallout 76, the reveal of it, at like 9 o'clock at night on that day, the same day as the Xbox showcase. Now, I luckily got on YouTube and saw that they were live with the Xbox conference at the perfect time because Todd himself, Todd Howard, he
Todd the
walked up to
God.
me and was like, "Hey guys, I just want to show something off real quick," and he showed off Fallout 76, like a big reveal trailer for it early. So luckily I caught it at the perfect time. But yeah, they showed that off early. And I don't know if you want to go more in depth with this later. We could talk about more of it now. But
We can talk as much as you want about it.
well, all right. So they showed off a lot about Fallout 76. I'm not going to do a whole like videos worth of talking about it right now. But pretty much they showed it off and it's going to be sort of like a survival game. Um, you could compare it sometime, like if you want, you can compare it to games like Rust in a way. It's not as primitive, obviously. It is a Fallout game. You're going to, there's not going to be much questing. There's the lore of the game, the whole world. It's your quests and your journey is going to be through the world, through notes, holotapes, and terminal entries, and just like sites that you see. Um, there's like probably apparently like one main quest that brings you through all of the main areas of the game, and that seems to be it. But it seems to be mainly about online and just your journey with your friends. Um, but it does seem a lot like a survival game, and the game is going to be set in survival mode, so it's going to be a lot harder. You're going to want to build up your base and survive. So I've been playing a lot of survival games lately. Obviously, I'm doing an Ark Survival Evolved series on my channel, and Donald, you've been playing Rust, so I mean, it's
Oh yeah.
got our interest even more.
Dude, I'm honestly really excited for this because for one, I've been looking for a game for a little while now, maybe about a year, that is survival based and it just has a story to it also. I did find Rust and I bought it and started playing it on stream. So if you haven't, go check out my streams when I stream that. Um, but that game, the only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a real story to it. It's just you spawn in and you try to survive and try to be the best goddamn guy on that server and just try to wipe out everyone and show them that you're the boss. But in this one, in Fallout 76, it's more of just like you can be that top guy, but you don't only have to do that. There's actual quests that you can go on and, explore the world and do different things. It's going to be a really good game. And the fact that it's multiplayer just makes it even better.
It's a very unique take on Fallout, and honestly, people hate seeing change in the Fallout community. I'm a little more optimistic about this one because it's a Fallout game, which is my favorite type of game made by Bethesda, um, that they want to make last. They really want this game to last years to come. They even said it themselves. They're going to be constantly coming out with free updates, whether it's a big update like once every month or like every week. They'll be putting out patches and little things in between, but they want this game to last as long as they can. And it's everyone in the past. I've always heard, oh, it would be cool to see a Fallout online. But now that it comes out, it seems to get some hate or
Yeah,
whatever, and I'm
people don't
really
want it now.
optimistic. Yeah, and then again, it's not everyone, and a lot of people say they love it, and I'm one of those people. I'm really looking forward to this. It's not Fallout 5. People need to understand it is not Fallout 5. This is not going to be the next entry. This is just a
Well,
side little spin-off like Fallout New Vegas that people can enjoy on the side, and it's just going to be that extra game that people can keep coming back to, sort of like the Elder Scrolls Online. It's not the Elder Scrolls 6. It's just another Elder Scrolls game that people can enjoy on the side to play in the meantime while they wait on their next favorite Bethesda game.
yeah, that's that's pretty much what I was just about to say. But
Yeah.
yeah, The Fallout is going to be a really good game, and I'm looking forward to it. If it's disappointing, fuck it, I don't care. Like it's a game that I'm gonna have fun with, whether it's playing with someone or just by myself. And yeah, it's looking pretty spiffy.
Oh yeah.
So after spending about 10 minutes just on Fallout, um, let's get on to the next game that Xbox revealed, and that is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Now, honestly,
Oh.
I don't know about you, Devin. It's probably not the same, but I haven't felt the same feeling from playing an Assassin's Creed game as I did back when I think it was Assassin's Creed 3 came out. That was the game that got me hooked, and then I bought all of the games that they made before that, and I played all of them up to 3, and then I was like, oh man, 4 it didn't really get me. I didn't like 4 at all. Um, and then when the new consoles came out, they just started to not make good games. Like they're just mostly all bugged and messed up from day one, and they just lost. You know, I don't know. They lost credibility, I guess. I don't think they have recovered from all of that stuff that has gone on in their recent games, but they need to stop. They need to stop freaking getting a game out every year. They need to stop doing that. On a game like that, it's not a game that you want to have on a yearly cycle. They need to stop for at least 2 years, maybe three. Like three is maybe maxing it out, but at least 2 years for each game. That would be amazing. And I feel like they could improve on a lot of things and even get suggestions from fans that play the games a lot and enjoy them. But that's mainly my feel on this new game. Like I'm not
So
really I'm
yeah.
not really looking forward to it because the
Okay.
most recent games have been very disappointing.
So this is my whole take on it. Assassin's Creed. I got started on Assassin's Creed 2, then I went back and played the first one, and then I played every single one ever since, except for Syndicate and like the other spin-off ones like Rogue and the Vita ones, obviously. And I
Yeah.
haven't played what the one in Egypt, the newest one. I haven't played that one yet.
Yeah.
Um, but this is my whole thought on it, right? Fell in love with it from the moment I've played Assassin's Creed 2. Loved every single one ever since, and I feel like a lot of people, just like you said, like we didn't really want that Assassin's Creed 4. Like I lost interest in it. So
Yeah.
um, that's really what made me like I stopped giving interest. I enjoyed Unity. It was very buggy. I didn't experience much
Unity
of the bugs.
Unity is like one of the only games that I have brought back to GameStop.
Yeah.
And I
People
didn't like that one at all.
so many people had a bad experience with it. I personally didn't. I actually enjoyed it, but certain people really hated it. Um, it's whatever. Um, but that was the last one I've ever played. Now I've seen gameplay from all of the more recent ones. Syndicate, I didn't. When I've seen it, I didn't really have interest in even wanting to get it. It did seem like they were all starting to be rushed. Now apparently Origins, which is the Egypt one, that one really looks actually really good. Um, and I plan on getting it someday because it actually seems like it redeemed the series in a way. But this new one, from what I've seen from it so far, it looks beautiful. You could play as either a male or a female, and they'll be brother and sister, so you can choose, between who you want to be. And
Yeah.
apparently there are multiple endings with this one, and there's a branching story or something like that, and you can make decisions in the dialogue. This one looks like the most fleshed out and most different one that I've seen so far, and I'm really interested in seeing how it goes. I really want to get this one, and it seems like one of the most unique ones so far. It seems very ambitious on what they're trying to do, so I'm kind of interested in it, and I don't know. We'll have to see how it is when it actually comes out. But it
Like,
it it got my interest back since no, it regained my interest ever since because Origins looked beautiful.
yeah.
It's in Egypt,
Like, don't
whatever,
get me
but
wrong. All of their games have looked amazing.
yeah,
It's just the way they made the games feel
yeah,
and just how the storyline went and just the dumb options with like what was it, custom loadouts that you could have, things
certain
like
things, yeah.
that. Like you should have a weapon that you have to use, and then maybe have one weapon that it's an option. Like if you want to use a sword or a gun, you know, whatever. You should, I don't know. I feel like this year they need to redeem themselves.
I think
Because
honestly,
if
if
this
if
game
I'm
doesn't do good, people are
yeah,
gonna be pissed and they're gonna
boy,
boycott,
no man, like
boycott their
seriously, if
series.
you want me to be 100% honest with you, I really 100% think that this game will bring back fans. Um, man, I'm still butthurt that it's what the fuck was his name? Desmond. I'm still upset that he's gone. I don't know if he's back. I don't know if they were. I think he's dead, right? In the story of things, I think it's a new character that we've moved on to in the real world, quote unquote, right? Because it's the
Yeah.
simulation, obviously. Um,
Like I think they
simulation of
should
the
have
past.
kept it with that guy.
I know. I feel
Like
like
it
if they
should have
kept
kept
Desmond,
going on with his
yeah,
his ancestors and stuff like that. That would have been really interesting.
it would have, but whatever. I mean, regardless of that, I still think yeah, that's just one little story detail that makes me upset. But like, I don't know, just looking into this new game, Odyssey, me personally, I am obs. Oh, and I just remembered this detail. Apparently, you are children or
Of the
descendants
corn.
of like Leonidas from the movie 300, and he like he was in real life and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The leader of the Spartans, right?
Yeah, I think they're
Um,
trying. They're trying too hard.
no, no, no. But what's cool about that is you're like the grandchildren or something that were like cast away or something, and and there's romances in the game, so that's pretty new, right? I think there's some romances you could romance with a bunch of different people. Um, But what's really cool is that so you're from Sparta, but you were cast away. And then you have an option to either side with Greece or Athens or whatever, Greece, something, man. I can't think right now. But you get the chance to side with either, you know, Athens, I think, or Sparta. And that will change the story, which side you go with. So I think that's really cool. Once again, a branching story. So, uh, I think they
we'll
it's
honestly
different.
just have to see.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
bottom line, they need to redeem themselves from the past couple games that they have released because people have not liked them. So this one, it needs to be good, and the way they presented it, it seems like it's gonna be good. Honestly.
definitely.
All right. So now on to the big debate. We got debated pretty damn hard during that Xbox conference. Now, I was watching the live stream, and I was just like, you know what? It's Xbox. I don't care. Why would I care? I play PlayStation. I don't care about all these exclusives that are gonna be coming out for Xbox. And then Devin, this man, he messaged me, and he's like, "Yo, they released the trailer for Skate 4." I got so hyped.
Oh
I
no, I
was doing
didn't
all
just
this
say that. I
research.
typed in all caps, Skate
Yeah,
4
dude.
to
This
watch.
man was mad hyped. So I got hyped, and I did some research on the good old Twitter, and come to find out, it's not Skate 4. It's called Session, and it
So
was
what
a
was going on though?
fan-funded...
So there's no
What?
confusion. While I was watching this, they showed off a guy riding a skateboard, and the
Yeah.
whole chat on Twitch was going nuts, freaking flooding the whole, chat, just Skate 4, Skate 4, Skate 4, and everyone was thinking it was Skate 4. And then boom, trailer ends and it says Session. And it's just the
Yeah.
biggest debate. They debated us, man.
Now,
Like they
like
knew
now
that
in
too.
in every live stream that I watched for E3, which was most of them, the chat was filled with people saying we want Skate 4. Like everyone wanted this game to be revealed this year. Like it
And
should have been
everyone
the year
was
where it
pissed
was
when that
revealed.
wasn't it. Everyone was
And
pissed.
we got debated, okay? Session is a fan-funded game that plays like the skate game would, but it's more like, I don't know, realistic, I guess, because skate was kind of realistic, but it had like arcade features in it and stuff like that. But man,
I mean, yo, I
just
don't
thinking
understand.
about it, just thinking about it again, like when I saw it on Twitter, just
Yeah,
people were pissed.
it
I
was
was
trending.
pissed.
It was trending
Like,
for hours
dude,
on Twitter.
like like honestly at this point, I don't care about Session.
Well, the
I
thing
don't
is it
care.
gonna be
I
exclusive to
just want to turn
Xbox?
this. Yeah, it's an Xbox exclusive,
Oh,
which is
then I
also
don't care.
kind of messed up. Um,
Yeah,
but like EA, dude, I'm putting my hands together to pray. You guys, we
pray for
need
EA.
Skate 4 next year. I don't care if it plays like the most recent Tony Hawk game. Uh, I will buy it. I will buy
Yuck.
it and I will play
Ugh.
it. We just need a new skate game that's gonna be
What if they release Skate 4, but it's
decent.
like Tony Hawk Ride, and you got to get the skateboard with it?
Oh my dude, I'm buying. You know what? I still have my
Buy two
skateboard.
copies.
So if that works from like the skateboard or the Tony Hawk ride, like I still have that board. So
Yeah,
if you can use it, if I could do, I'm down.
yeah,
I'm down
man.
to smash. But yeah, skate we got debated. It's not skate, okay? It's freaking session. So thanks for giving up my my feelings. Uh, but now on to something less depressing. Uh, let's talk about Dying Light 2. Now,
Oh, baby.
yeah, Devin,
Oh,
I know you
baby.
got more to say about this because didn't you platinum the first game?
Good
Like,
night and good luck, baby. This game is going to be a fucking masterpiece. Let me tell you this straight off the bat. Dying Light number one is one of my favorite games one of the best games I've ever played. It's made by some of the people that made um, Dead Island. Dead Island is a great game. It's Dead
yeah,
Island.
speaking of Dead Island, where's Dead Island 2? Okay,
Yeah, where
keep her
you
going.
at? It's
Yeah,
Dead Island
2014 release, what?
with parkour. De- Dead Island with parkour. Now picture that, okay? Dead Dying Light. It's just incredible. The story itself wasn't too great, but the
Yeah,
gameplay
it
is the
honestly was.
smoothest, and you could get lost in that world forever. It's so fun to play with friends. It's a great experience. Now this game, Dying Light 2, is gonna have a more enhanced parkour system. It's going to be way more fluent. You're going to be able to slide down the sides of buildings, all
Yep.
different types of features. And the story seems like it's going to be way better. The world looks bigger. It's 15 years, I think, after the main um, outbreak of the game, or even the events of Dying Light 1 or something like that. I don't know if it's in a new city. I haven't looked into that. I don't remember. But
I think it is.
yeah, just like we were talking about branching stories earlier, this game, whatever you do in the world affects the world itself. So if you go
Yeah.
out and you kill a group of enemies for whatever reason, maybe you can make the world rebuilt, or you can make it look destroyed. You know what I mean? So I don't know. If you haven't looked into Dying Light 2, please do it, because it's amazing. And if you haven't played Dying Light 1 yet, do it, because it's something that I would 100% recommend, honestly. If you like zombie
I would
games, that is a
too.
true 100% zombie experience, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever you have to say about
Man,
it, though, man.
man, like I loved Dead Island. Like I had Dead Island 1, I had Dead Island Riptide on PS3, and then when they came out with the remastered versions on PS4, I bought those and I played it again. I think I've played it maybe twice, both games twice again. Uh, it's such a good game. And then you go to Dying Light. I played the first game, and it's pretty much the same exact thing. The only difference is the movement system. Like the movement system's way better on Dying Light, and you can just move through the map way easier, and you got more control over your person, and it's an amazing game. Like it has a
Picture
really
this.
good story to it, but it's also like a you need to survive game. Like it's
Yeah.
a survival game.
Yep. Picture Mirror's Edge meets Dead Island. That is what it
Yeah,
is.
that's basically it.
That's
It's
literally it, man. And it's such a great experience.
it's
So
crazy.
Dead Island
It's
2,
honestly
I'm hyped,
crazy.
man. I don't know if there's not a release date yet. Probably
Dying
2019.
Light 2, not Dead Island 2.
Oh, it's
This guy, Dead Island 2 was supposed to be released in like 2014,
man, I wish. If
but
only, right?
yeah,
Development
I
hell.
wish. Yo, how about that game too? We need another skate game and Dead Island 2 to come out, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so another 2 for a game, the second game of a series is The Division 2. How do you feel about that, Devin?
I was a big fan of the Division 1. Fun story, guys. Here we go. Story time. Um, I bought the Division 1, brought it home, put it into my console, and my console broke. Not related to the Division 1 though, but I wasn't able to play it for a month. I was not able to play the Division 1 for a whole month. And that kind of
Got
pissed me
him.
off because I just bought it. But anyway, regardless of that, I had a really good experience on the Division. Um, it, the world was so beautifully crafted. Obviously, it wasn't the same as when they showed it off for the first time. So a lot
Yeah.
of people were disappointed by that, but who the hell cares? Really, at the end of the day, the gameplay was fun and they kept improving on things that were wrong with the game months after release. So I think it was a really good step up and I don't know. I genuinely enjoyed it. Had a fun time. Didn't get a chance to play the multiplayer or not the DLCs, just because I never got around to getting them. But I definitely am looking forward to getting the Division 2 because it was just the Division 1 I had such a good experience on. Gameplay's fun, the looting's fun, the memories really good. And yeah, they do a good job with crafting their worlds and yeah, everything just looks great about the game. Honestly, I have no complaints from what I've saw from the reveal, so I have no reason not to get it, to be honest.
No, like I didn't really like the first one, honestly. I played the beta when that came out, and for some reason, I just could not get into that game at all. Just something about it. I don't know if it was because it was like a really snowy map, and it didn't look all that great. Um, like it looked good for like a map, but it didn't look good. If you, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But with this
You
one,
mean the
there's more
graphics look
like,
good, but maybe the world didn't look too appealing for you?
yeah, it was kind of like really gray and white, like because
Yeah.
obviously snow, and then
Well,
they
see,
didn't have much color to it.
what's good about this new game, maybe you'll enjoy this, is because that game took place like at Christmas time, so there's
Yeah, yeah,
snow and there was like an outbreak. I don't know the whole lore of it. I don't remember. There was some like outbreak, people started dying. Not zombie related, I don't think. But anyway, this game, I think it might take place a few months or years after the Division 1. I don't know, but it's not Christmas
yeah.
time
It's
anymore from what
it's
I've seen.
in like the
It's in
spring.
Washington. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
brighter.
When I saw that, it looks amazing. The colors are just perfect. I like how they actually have it in like, I don't know, like a main city that has kind of like a lot of open space like DC would, because they got a lot of open space. You got planes that are
Yeah, see,
crashed on the
that's
ground,
definitely
like,
the difference. Yeah, that's the difference
yeah,
between Washington and New York. Like the game took place in New York City, the first
yeah,
one, so you're going to have a lot of cramped, close quarter combat and everything. And I think they're trying to do something different, maybe open it up more. Um,
yeah.
yeah, in this new one.
But yeah, that's that's mainly what I like about it. Like that's what I'm looking forward to when it comes to that. It looks way better than the first one, and I feel like they might have fixed movement things in the game from the first one, so it's just slightly different and improved, which is gonna be really good. But yeah, the game is
Yeah.
gonna be very good overall.
One thing that I really this is one thing that it's a unique thing that I don't remember seeing in any other game that's really fun is that the game has its PvP or PvE area, and then I think it's called the dead zone or the dark zone or something, and it's a whole nother section of the map that's dedicated to PvP, and that is really fun. I genuinely enjoyed it
Yeah,
because it was an area that you go in with your friends and it's PvP, fully PvP, and the difference is like it's I feel like all of the power is out in that area. You know, it's completely it's crazy. Honestly, it's crazy. Like you get your loot and all the loot you get in there, I'm pretty sure if you die, like you get killed, it'll be put onto the ground or something. People could take it from you. You got to actually extract your loot to actually keep it. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure. It was fun, honestly. The PvP in the Division is really fun, and I'm looking forward to that in the next game. So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
They're improving. That's pretty much all you can do. If the first game was pretty good, all you can do is improve. If you don't, if it gets worse, then there's a problem with your studio, and you should just stop while you're at it. Okay. But yeah, that's basically all the games from Xbox that were really eye openers for us at
Halo
least.
6.
Oh, freaking Halo! Screw Halo, man. Are you gonna play it, Devin? Are you gonna play
No,
Halo?
I really love Halo though. I haven't played Xbox in a long time, but that
I
I like
never
Halo.
loved Halo. I've played it a few times, and it's one of those shooters that I couldn't get into.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird.
understandable.
But yeah, let's get on to Sony's games that they released or revealed. The first one is the new Amazing Spider-Man. How do you feel about that, Devin?
Boy, Spider-Man 2 memories just come rushing back to me, baby. Back on the PS2. Got to deliver that pizza. You better not double jump. I wonder if that's going to be in there. You remember that? Got to do the pizza delivery, and
See,
if you
I didn't play Spider-Man on the PS2 or PS3. I played it on the PS1.
okay,
So when it first like came out onto consoles, and
yeah.
back then it wasn't much.
You
Honestly,
played the first
there
one, I'm
was
guessing, then, right? Yeah.
yeah, like I still have it. Like it was an all right game for its time, but there wasn't really anything to it. There wasn't much of a story. There wasn't really
Spider-Man
fighting
2, they
that you would
stepped
have
it
to
up.
do. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. But man, this game looks amazing. The trailer that they did and the gameplay that they showed off with the big boss battle at the prison. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Like he's pretty much fighting all of his enemies that he put into jail, and just some one of his biggest enemies or whatever shows up at the end, and he's just like, "Oh my god," or something like that. I don't know,
So
but
one
this game's gonna be good.
something that I love about this game, first of all, the studio behind it is my second favorite game studio. I mean, it could be even, you know, number one with Bethesda. Bethesda's number one, and so could Insomniac. They make insane games. I
Yeah,
love Ratchet and Clank. Amazing. I'm not going to get too much into it, but they make incredible games, and they put a lot of care into their games. Now, what they're doing with this is it's going to be like I think 15 years or something after Spider-Man became, you know, got his powers. So he's
yeah,
established, you know, and they're trying to show off what life is like for Spider-Man after he's been established because we've already seen, they've explained this, like we always keep seeing the origin story of Spider-Man, and people are kind of getting tired of that. They want to see
yeah.
what it's like for him after a while of him already being established and being a superhero and people knowing about him for a while and him being comfortable with his powers. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to dive deeper into that, as well as, excuse me, they're going to try and
This guy
they're
just
gonna
shit himself.
no, no, no. What they're going to do is they want to dive deeper into more of the heroes, or not heroes, the villains that we haven't seen much
Yeah.
yet. Like maybe that don't get too much light. Obviously, they're probably going to have Venom and stuff like that in there, but they're going to show off newer ones or different villains
I
that
don't know
people
if
don't
they're gonna
really.
have Venom.
Well, I don't know, but who knows? They're going to have different ones that people maybe don't know too much about. Um,
It's mainly people from the comics,
Yeah, and a
like
good thing
fame.
that I liked, and I've seen they were doing an interview, they said like, and this is what Insomniac does. They're really good with developing a game. They said,
Yeah.
our whole studio, it's our job to know about these heroes, but maybe some of the newer comers to the series, they don't know about it. So they're going to go out of their way and, really dive deeper into it and give some more backstory and lore about these characters so that if you're seeing them for the first time, you'll know about them and they're not just put into your face and you don't know a single thing about them. So they're going more in depth about that, and I think that's really awesome. As well as the
Yeah.
gameplay looks phenomenal, the cutscenes look
Yeah. It does.
amazing. I mean, it's the ultimate Spider-Man game. It really gives me those vibes of back in the day, playing it on the PS2. It's great.
Yeah. I like how there's actually a story to the game. It's not like a superhero game like I'm gonna say for from the PS1, the first Spider-Man. That game was you get on and you just do objectives, and that's basically the whole game. You're playing as Spider-Man while you're at it. But on here, there's actually a story, and I'm pretty sure you get to meet actual like Peter Parker and what his life is actually like, not only as Spider-Man but as himself. So I think that's gonna be really cool.
It's also cool too. I know, Donald, you haven't played Far Cry 5, but they're doing something that's in Far Cry 5 that reminds me of what they're doing here, where in Far Cry 5, if you're going down the road or whatever, you're in like a town, you'll see a random person on the side of the road that'll have a little you could talk to them and they'll tell you, oh, there's a quest over there. You could do this, that.
Yeah,
Well, in the new Spider-Man game, they're going to have something like that where random civilians will be able to point out different types of like crimes going on the map or little objectives throughout the world to keep it going and stuff. So I think that's really cool. There's always going to be not only are there going to be main quests, but even in the gameplay demo that they've shown off at E3, you can see that there's always going to be like random crimes happening where it could be someone robbing a store or something or holding someone up at like maybe gunpoint or something. And, you could just go over to them and, fight crime, just random little crimes happening in the city as well. So I think that's awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be a really good game, and I already pre-ordered it, so I'm really looking forward to
Yeah,
playing some good old Spidey Man. All
definitely.
right, so next game we got here is Days Gone. Now this was revealed at the 2017 E3. It's basically a zombie survival game um, where you're not just surviving against zombies, you're surviving against humans also, and all these like gangs or whatever. And it looks freaking, oh my god. This is like the ultimate zombie game. Like if you watch the 2017 E3 video or gameplay that they showed, dude, they literally had maybe 200 2 to 500 zombies chasing the main character at once, like just knocking everything over in their path, and it was amazing. It was really cool. Yeah, I've never seen so many things in a video game move as quick as they were at once, and I'm really looking forward to I'd say this year's zombie games that are going to be coming out, because there's obviously more than one, and it looks amazing. I think this might be probably the best one that I've
Yeah.
seen that's coming out soon.
So I haven't looked too much into this game, but from what I'm getting, from what I've seen, yeah, I haven't seen much from it. But from what I'm thinking about this game is it seems to me like uh, maybe The Last of Us meets Dead Rising, but on steroids. But like
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, an open
It's
world.
crazy.
Yeah, seems cool. I mean, I gotta look more into it, but yeah, I mean, everyone's really hyped up for it, so yeah, I mean, looks good. Why not?
Yeah, this game, I think it's coming out in February of 2019, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a really good start of next year. Honestly, there's quite a few
Is it
games
single
that are
player
coming
or
out. I
multiplayer?
think you can play multiplayer on it, but I think it's mainly a single player game,
Okay.
which people will like, and obviously there's people that are gonna dislike that. Okay, so now we got a game that Devin loves, that he has recently fallen in love with this genre of games, and that is
What?
Trials Rising.
Yeah, you're fucking around.
Oh man, like there's honestly not much to say about this. Like I mainly put this on here because me and Devin have been playing quite a bit of it, and it's an insanely addictive game, but it's a game that's gonna piss you off on a whole new level. Like the farther you go into it and the different maps you go on, you're just gonna get so mad. Like if you need to, guys, go check out what was the last game? Trials Fusion. Go check out like highlight videos of people like breaking controllers on that game because it's an amazing game that's just terrible. Like it just hurts your heart and physically hurts your body while you're playing it. So
What's the
Devin's
name
gonna
of this
love
new one?
it.
Trials what?
Trials Rising.
Yeah, my rage is gonna be rising. We're gonna play that someday. Um, forward to it, but we got to do it. And
We gotta.
yeah, man, I'm starting to like Trials more. As it's pissed me off, and there's gonna be videos coming out if they're not up yet by the time people see this. But um, I love it and I hate it. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time. Gonna be a good time. All right. So the next game we got here is The Last of Us 2. Now the presentation of this game was a little funky, in my opinion. Like they built a tent like that resembled the same like dance hall or whatever that they were in the trailer that they showed. And it was weird. This guy on this freaking like what was he playing? Some instrument. I have no idea. But yeah,
Uh,
going
yeah. Well,
he was
and
going to town for minutes upon minutes, and the gameplay, dude, it looks amazing. We find out that what's her name? Ellie? Is that her name? Ellie?
yeah.
I think. Yeah. We find out that she's a lesbian, which is
Okay, come
something
on.
that I
This is a
okay,
bad
I'm
thing.
pointing that out because I wasn't expecting it, okay?
This
I
guy.
was not expecting it, dude. and sh and since her times with what's his name?
Joel?
Yeah, Joel, good old Joel.
I didn't
Since her
wait. Oh yeah, he's in there, right? I don't remember. But
I don't know if he is.
no,
Like
he
I
is.
was questioning myself like did he
Yeah,
die?
I don't. No, no, no. They didn't show him off in the E3, I don't think, but they did show him off in the very first reveal where she's sitting there playing the guitar. Remember in the house?
Yeah, yeah.
So
But yeah, from her times in the first game when she was younger with good old Joel, since then you can see just how messed up life for her got in just that amount of time. It's maybe been like what, less than 10 years, maybe like 6 years since the first game, maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
But her life just went to shit, and it just looks really good. Like,
I'm
oh,
telling you, man, Naughty Dog knows how to make a video game,
dude,
and definitely a step up from
they really do.
The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us 1 was an incredible game, and I can guarantee you this one is going to be even better. Like, if you watch the reveal gameplay, like the actual gameplay of Ellie just going in on
Yeah.
combat, the combat looks so fluid and just amazing. Like she pulls off executions on people so smoothly and it just looks so visceral. Like she just goes in, stabs a knife straight through someone's, I don't know.
It's like she
The
doesn't think
animations,
twice like she did in the first game. She's just
whoever
a
made the
rebel now.
animations of this game, they
Did really good.
amazing. I'm speechless at it. Honestly, it's game of the it will make game of the year. I have no
Yeah,
doubting it.
it definitely will. And I'm proud to be part of the PlayStation Nation to be able to say that a game like this is part of my community and will only be part of my community. So yeah,
That's a great exclusive. Honestly, I can't.
it
It's great.
is.
I
It's
feel
really
bad
good,
for I feel bad that other people,
dude. Like,
can't
man, this
experience.
year, like Xbox, honestly, is losing in the exclusive game. Like from this year's E3, like PlayStation has some amazing games. Like just these two games right here. You got The Last of Us 2 and Days Gone. And then you got Spider-Man. Like those three games right there
Nah,
are
there's
amazing.
another one we haven't even mentioned yet that looks incredible.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But we're almost there. We're almost there. The next game we got here is Spyro the Reignited Trilogy. This is something. Um, I'm kind of excited for it, and I'm kind of not. Um, one
Explain.
thing that one thing that I'm not excited for is yes, I'm excited that it's a PlayStation exclusive. It was originally
Which
on the
it'll probably
PlayStation.
only be exclusive for a year. Let's be honest now with
Yeah.
what they're
Uh
doing with
that's
Crash.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like it was originally the first game was originally on the PS1, same with Crash Bandicoot. And then now what they're doing after a year of Crash Bandicoot's trilogy that came out, that they're now making it for every console that you can get, and I don't think that's a good idea. For a game like this, if you want a classic game like this to do good, and you want to sell more of your consoles, freaking just keep it on this damn console. Don't bring it over to Xbox. Don't bring it over to the Switch. Like just keep it on PlayStation. It's that simple. It's gonna be a really good game. It looks amazing, and I'm excited for it. I'm just disappointed at the same time. Man, the
Yo, hey,
gaming
listen
industry,
up.
man, they like to make people mad lately.
I don't give it. I don't care. Listen, the game looks phenomenal. They're doing a great job, and the people that are remastering this, I don't know. I don't think it's the same people that I'm thinking of, but there's some company that has been set. They've stated that they want to remaster a lot of old classic PS2 games. Um, and this is great. Like I don't know if you've played it, but SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom that was
Oh hell
rumored to
yeah!
be getting remastered.
I
Uh,
played that on the GameCube
yeah, I
back in the
mean
day.
that is one of my favorite games. Honestly, it was a
Yeah,
great game, and I
yeah it
follow
is.
people that speedrun it. Like it's actually a good watch. It's fun. It's great. So I'm glad that they're going to be remastering it if that actually does happen. So I think it's like THQ said they want to do that. I don't know, something like that. But
Devin, THQ went out of business, my guy.
well, maybe they're coming back, dude. I don't know. Those are the people that made it though. Said that they want to remaster it.
That's why they stopped making the wrestling games. Freaking
Well, I don't know,
they
dude.
went out
Something
they
like
went
that.
out of business.
Something like that, man. But
Like
hey,
they used to make the I think they used to make the MX versus ATV series, and they can't make that anymore because they're gone.
well, listen, man. A lot of remasters, and listen. What they did with Crash and Spyro is a true remaster. I don't want to see
Yeah,
no. There are these remasters where they completely overhaul it, like what they are doing with Spyro and even COD 4 remastered and
yeah,
Crash. And then there's the sort of half-assed that they're just going to slightly update the graphics and fix bugs, which, sure, that's cool, but honestly, I, I prefer these ones where they really
Yeah.
overhaul everything. You know, I mean I'm glad that they're doing this, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say on it.
It's a freaking exciting year to be a gamer. That's all I can say
Like I've said, yeah,
about
this
that right there.
2018 is an amazing year for gaming.
Yeah. All right. So we have one final game to talk about. I'm not good with my Japanese, so don't judge. Ghost of freaking Tsushima. I think that's how you say that.
So it's
Tsushima. Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima,
Oh,
Silent T.
Tsushima. Freaking Tsushima.
So this game looks like, honestly, it reminds me of a Japanese Last of Us, if you want to put it that way. Not made by the same company, obviously, but that's the only like maybe engine or gameplay style that I could kind of compare it to. Even gameplay, it's
Yeah.
not even really comparable. There are like, it's a true samurai game. There are, samurai sword battles and whatnot. I don't think it has a release date yet, but it genuinely looks beautiful. They didn't show
Yeah.
off too
Oh,
much of the game. Um,
I think they're gonna
graphics,
be showing more off later this year. I think.
maybe.
I think that's
Graphics
what
look
they
insane
said.
though. I don't know,
Dude,
but
the one thing that caught my eye on that game was, for one, the colors. Like, the colors were amazing. They did a really good like artwork on the game. And then this was it sword fight that they were having under this big like willow tree,
it's
and
like a Sakura tree.
you had all of these like fall colored leaves, like red, orange, freaking yellow.
Yeah, I don't
They're
know.
all under there, and they're just like moving around, having this sword fight, and the leaves are just going with them, and they're just flying everywhere. It was, dude, it blew my mind. I was like, the
Yeah, it was
physics in
beautiful.
this game, dude. Like, what is this? Like,
They
oh, it's
said
math.
that they had to, like, the developers said like they had to actually hand place each leaf. Like there was a lot of effort put into it,
Dude,
and
oh,
the storytelling, it looks like the story is going to be actually incredible. Um, if you want to compare it to, like, there's another Japanese game like literally the same style. No, it's same, like, setting, I guess, in a way. There's another like Dark Souls sort of game, but it's going to be set in like a Japan setting or whatever. So you can compare those two in a way. You really can't, but like with a Dark Souls game, there's not much storytelling unless you look deeper into the lore.
yeah.
But with like this one, obviously, it seems like there's going to be a lot more storytelling, a lot of storytelling, and especially with this one, like you could see through the gameplay trailer, the main character met up with this older lady, and they went
Yeah.
out on this like little mission together. They went to like this temple-looking area or something, and then they started
To
like
like retrieve
getting,
someone.
yeah, something like that, and then they ended up getting into an actual sword battle with each other at the end. So like there's a lot of different things going on here. I'm really interested to see what's going on with it.
Dude, the game is just beautiful. Like, honestly, I think they should wait until the next gen consoles to release this game. Because, like, next gen's going to be maybe 2020, maybe 2021. I'd say 2022 at the latest. Um, like, this game would look amazing on a, like, console that can produce more and just do a lot more. It's probably going to be a lot of hard drive space, but it's going to freaking look amazing on a brand new console, or just even on just these consoles it's going to look amazing. But with a new console where that's more powerful, it's going to look freaking 10 times better.
And speaking of next gen, Starfield and Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls 6, baby. Now, Donald, I'm just going to speak about this real quick 'cause I just want to get off my
Go for
chest.
it.
At Bethesda's conference, at the very end, Todd Howard showed off that he showed off teasers for both games. There's a new game that was rumored, leaked, whatever, a long time ago called Starfield, but it was rumored that Bethesda was going to work on it, and people were, speculating that it's going to be an outer space Bethesda game. Lo and behold, it is. It's going to be an outer space themed game by Bethesda, which they've always wanted to work on. They've always said that they want to work on an outer space game. Now picture a game with the same sort of engine type, same gameplay, same, system of Elder Scrolls or of Fallout, right?
Yeah.
It's an
It's gonna be
outer
weird.
space game by Bethesda. Now this isn't like Prey, if you've ever seen stuff by Prey. No, no, no. This is Bethesda Game Studios, right? This is something that is going to be phenomenal. Now this game is going to come out before the Elder Scrolls 6, a game that's been hyped up for so long. Now, like I said, both of these games, Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, are going to be next gen. It's been confirmed. That's what they said. It's going to happen on next gen. And it's me personally, I feel like it's going to be a game that is it looks like it has to do with black holes, like time traveling, whatever.
Yeah.
I have no idea. We're probably going to be going to different planets, space travel, and who knows, maybe there'll be spaceships.
I feel like it might play a little I don't want to say it's gonna be like this game, but in a way I feel like it's gonna be. Kind of like No Man's Sky,
I was
where you can
figuring
just
you're going to say that.
where you can travel to different planets, do different quests on there, possibly.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
not like the building stuff like you have in No Man's Sky, and but
obviously there's not going to be, I don't
yeah,
think that Bethesda would do random planets and stuff. I understand what you're thinking about. I feel like maybe there would be a solar system that you're in, and you can
yeah,
get on your spaceship and travel literally from one planet to another. Maybe they'll do something like that. That would be awesome.
yeah. I
Um,
don't think they're gonna go from like solar system to solar system
yeah.
like like in No Man's Sky, but I
Either
think
way, I
it's
can't
gonna
even
be a
fully
cool
wrap my brain
concept.
around how amazing this is going to be because from a Bethesda fan, just thinking about the idea of just what Bethesda has done so far with their games and just picture that in a sci-fi, just outer space setting, I am hyped. Me personally,
Yeah,
I love the universe. I love outer space. I'm fascinated by it. I tried taking as many courses as I could that are science related in school. So I love this. Um, and man, this is going to be incredible. I mean, Bethesda, their vision is so great. This is a brand new IP that they're starting from scratch. They have a whole, they're not going off of any new like story that we know about. This is from the ground up, and it's a brand
it's
new
a whole new
experience.
franchise starting, a
Yep,
whole new
and I
franchise.
couldn't be any more happy. But then going on to the Elder Scroll 6, something that people are pissed off that we're not getting this sooner. Um, it's the big bad boy themselves. Elder Scroll 6 is something that has been with Bethesda. The Elder Scrolls, the whole series, they started it. Bethesda started Elder Scrolls, and
Yeah,
this is the big one. Everyone has been wanting this for so long. It's going to be on next gen, so this is going to be incredible. Like I said, people are wishing that it was Elder Scrolls 6 this year instead of Fallout 76. You know what? I'm happy about it that it's going to be on next gen. I feel like it's going to be, giving them more time to fully flesh out the story, and it's going to look way better than if it was on PlayStation 4,
and
Xbox
the
One, or
map is
at the time.
giant.
Yeah, it's going to be
The
crazy.
map
So
is giant.
I don't know too much. I know more about Fallout than I know of Elder Scrolls, but apparently it's going to be in the world of the continent, whatever, of Hammerfell. So I don't know too much about that, but it looks beautiful. I'm sure it's going to do with like it's going to look very like Viking themed or whatnot. I don't know. I did too much into the whole lore of things, so I'm not even going to go into it. I'm just going to stop myself here. But it's going to look crazy. I really feel like this on next gen is going to blow people's minds.
We
People are
got
pissed that it's going to come out after Starfield, but knowing that we're going to get an outer space game by Bethesda,
yeah.
I'm happy about it. So that's just my whole thoughts on it.
Well, so far we have two games that look amazing that are going to be on the next gen consoles. Like we already got them locked down and we know what they are and how good they're gonna be. So I think that's a really good thing for the next generation of game consoles.
Definitely. And speaking about next gen, Bethesda, Todd Howard, the God himself, even stated
God,
that
Howard.
he, you know, with Starfield, what they're so ambitious about this game, what they're trying to do with this game wouldn't even be possible to work on the current generation of consoles. They
Yeah.
needed a whole next generation of consoles for this even to work. The techs, the tech and whatever they're trying to do in this game is going to be like something unlike anything else we've seen in a game so far. So I think that's going to be incredible. They said
It's
they didn't even want to even attempt to work on it until they had the, whatever they needed, like
yeah.
for next gen wise. They don't want to
It's
put it
gonna
out
be
on the.
good. It's gonna
Yeah,
be freaking good.
yeah, man,
Dude, this
definitely.
games, man, they're going up and they're getting better and better every year. As you can see just by this, this is just a small list of all of the games that are coming out either towards the end of this year or the
Yeah, we
beginning of
forgot a
next
game.
year. We're actually left out about three games that we want to talk about for
No,
the
no,
next
no. Did we
podcast.
did we even mention Red Dead Redemption 2?
Oh shit,
No,
we didn't.
we didn't, dude. I'm telling you, we didn't mention that.
All right, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
Like, did we
man.
not? I
I think
swear we did.
I don't think so,
I
because
don't know. All
I
right,
would have given
let's
I would
talk
have given a big rant. Listen, so Red Dead Redemption 2,
let's talk about it.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a prequel. You're gonna see John Marston's crew before the whole. I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of the gang, but he was in like this whole gang, and then there was a
Gang, gang.
spoiler alert. There was an out. Pretty much, John Marston in Red Dead Redemption 1. He's going after the members of his gang, and in this one, in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a prequel. We're going to see how their gang, you know, did their thing. I don't know, man. I can't speak right now. We're gonna see how John Marston actually got the scars on his face. Um, so the iconic look of John Marston. We're gonna see how he got that. Um, I think it's good. More John Marston for
Yeah.
us. I loved Red Dead Redemption 1 and was disappointed by the ending. Even though it was still a great game, great ending, but whatever. I'm not going to dive too deep into that. The world looks incredible. Apparently, there's still going to be Texas and Mexico is also going to be in the map as well, again, returning. So that's going to be really good. Um, Honestly, the graphics look incredible, and dude, just comparing the two maps, Red Dead Redemption 1 to the look of Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a major step up. I think it's going to be
Yeah.
so fun to play this, even online with your friends, honestly. And
Like
I
I
hope
feel
to,
like it's gonna play like uh I'd say like an old school, how do I say this? Like a Western. There we
Western.
go. Western GTA.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, that's how the
that's
first
how
one
it's
was.
gonna play and feel.
Yeah. I couldn't be any more happy, man. I think this is, again, really great.
Yep.
It's coming out when? I think November or October. So this is
Comes out. I think it's November. Is it the same day as Fallout?
no.
Just keep talking. Let me let me look this up real quick.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. I mean, honestly, like, it, I
Spell it
think
freaking red. Read. I'm an idiot. All right, continue. What?
I don't know, man. I think a lot
Oh, it
of
comes out in
games.
October.
Yeah,
October 26th.
there's going to be
Okay.
a lot of games trying to compete with this. I think regardless of all of the hype for all of these other games, Rockstar really, they know how to make a game, and we've seen GTA 5. Now, obviously, I don't
Yeah,
think it's going to sell as big as GTA 5 because that is a game that, everyone likes being in the hood, selling drugs, killing people for fun, driving a car really fast. So nothing could beat that, right? I think
yeah,
everybody in the world likes a GTA. Um, nobody not everybody in the world is trying to ride a horse through the desert. Like obviously that
oh,
makes
hell
sense.
yeah,
Um, but people know the reputation of Rockstar by now, and they know that Rockstar can make a phenomenal game.
yeah.
So I still think it's going to be the best selling game of this year, regardless. So I mean, we're gonna have to see. I honestly hope there's another like Undead Nightmare style DLC, with the zombies.
Yeah,
I haven't been,
I was honestly just thinking about that. I was like, I
yeah,
need to
I
put
had a
that in.
great time with it. As we all know, GTA 5 didn't have DLC. Who knows if they're going to keep doing that with Red Dead Redemption 2 to keep that trend going, keep putting out free updates. Maybe they'll do it, maybe they won't. I mean, we'll have to see.
Just have
Game
to
looks
see.
great so far
Yeah,
though. The I
I'm
can't
excited
get
for
over the
it.
fact of how the world looks though. Beautiful
Yeah,
nature,
it looks
everything.
like all of these games that are games where you can just walk around the world. They look amazing. Just games these days, the scenery is just great. Like everything just looks perfect and just how it should, and it just makes them freaking amazing. It's crazy. But yeah, that's basically it for all of our E3 talk for this podcast. We do have some games that we wanted to leave out for our next podcast. So if you do want to check that out, we're going to be having another special guest on here. It's a person that's never been on my channel. Actually, he's never been on here. But if you're coming from Devin's channel, you know who he is. But yeah, he might show up with me and Devin and have a nice little talk about some gaming related stuff.
So
But
on there, we're going to have a deeper dive into a lot of the gaming topics that have come up this year, a lot of games that,
yeah,
yeah, the next one is going to have,
you're gonna get not just two opinions for games, but three.
we're going
Okay,
to have some
it's gonna be
spicy
baller.
topics.
All right, but
That's
now
all.
before we end this podcast, Daquan, um, I have this question here that I want to ask, and I want to give my opinion on how I feel about it. So, recently in the gaming community with Fortnite, for example, that's the main reasoning for all of this talk online is people are getting mad because Sony does not want to crossplay with certain games and certain consoles. Um, what are your thoughts on the whole crossplay situation?
So I think Sony is in their days of being like a pouty teenager, and they're really like mad at their parents for some reason, like, no, I'm stubborn, right? So they're being
Yeah,
stubborn about crossplay. They're being stubborn about Fallout 4 external assets with the mods. I mean, they're just real whiny about things, and they have their reasonings, whatever, but
they're really strict when it comes
this
to
is the
certain
thing,
things like
right?
that.
They have these excuses. We don't want to get external assets for PS4 mods because we don't want, like, I don't know, breaches for some whatever. They have stupid excuses, man. And then there's also, with the crossplay, um, they have their reasonings behind that. Xbox is open to it. PC, everything's open to it. Um, and especially I mean, it's not hard to do. I've heard developers say before, it is literally one line of code that needs to be put into the game and it could be enabled for Xbox and PlayStation to play with each other. It is not hard. There's already cross-play on PlayStation with PC and PlayStation with mobile. Xbox has been open to it, and apparently back in December, there was someone that made it happen that Xbox people were playing with PlayStation people, but it got quickly taken out. I don't know the whole situation, but that's just what I heard. But it did happen. Now, talking about crossplay, because Sony is being so stubborn, there's not even going to be a single bit of crossplay in Fallout 76, all because of Sony. And now they're open to it in the future, Bethesda, but they said as of right now, Sony isn't being as cooperative as we would like them to be. And so because of that, there's going to be zero crossplay in Fallout 76 as of right now. Now that could change in the future. Now, what Sony said about the whole situation was that, we understand your concerns and we're going to be looking into it in the future, something like that. Some of their typical, PR talk that they do, whatever. We'll look
Yeah.
into it later. I mean, dude, it's not hard. I've heard from developers, it's a line of code. Just let it happen. You know what I mean? What's the big deal? Honestly, if you could play with people on PC and PlayStation 4, then there shouldn't be a big deal of you playing with people on Xbox and PS4. It's way more difficult trying to get into it. You get schooled playing in a lobby with people on, if I get into a lobby playing on PS4 with people on PC, I get wrecked. So
That's true.
it's way more of an even playing field on PS4 and Xbox, and it's something that people have wanted since the dawn of mankind, and it's something that we need to see happen. Honestly, seeing the fact that we're not going to have crossplay on, you know, Fallout 76 because of Sony, it's even more of an embarrassment. I'm like a big representative of a PlayStation personality in the Fallout community, and just seeing this, once again a big embarrassment on the PlayStation side, to be like a representative on that side of someone in that community. So, I mean, Sony just needs to wake up and see that this is the way that the world is moving. Like this is what people want. And once they start actually listening to the consumers, it's going to make people more happy. I don't know. It's really all I got to say on it. What do you think?
See, like, when I think about this, I think of the business point of view, and I understand why. Like, they haven't came out and said this, but it's clear as day on why. But like, the way I think of this is like, what's the point of crossplay? I understand like crossplay with like Xbox to PC, PlayStation to PC, because that's a PC. It's a computer. It's not made for gaming unless like that's the only thing you do on it. Um, but going from like PlayStation and Xbox crossplay, or like PlayStation and the Switch or something like that, I don't know. Um, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think it'd be cool, but what's the point of having all this crossplay between all of these consoles, like when you could pretty much just have one gaming console, period? Like there would be no purpose of having three different game consoles if all of them you're playing together. Now I understand some people are like, "Oh, I like the interface of Xbox," or "Oh, I like the interface of PlayStation." Or like, oh, I like the game style on the Switch. Like, I don't freaking know, but like there would be no purpose to have a PS5. There'd be freaking no purpose of having a new Xbox. If they're just gonna be playing together, there's got to be a difference. At that point, if they're playing together in every single game, the only thing that's dividing them is exclusives, and that shouldn't that's not how it should be. Plus, if people start doing that, I feel like one of these game consoles, either PlayStation or Xbox is going to end up backing out of making consoles in the future, mainly because there's no point. There's no point. They're playing together anyway. There's really no competition anyways at that point because they're just playing together all the time, every day, and yeah, I don't like the idea of crossplay. They're making, by a business point of view, they're PlayStation and Xbox are making a lot of money. If they do crossplay, they're not going to be making any more money than what they are. They're probably making more money now than they would be in the future, because now they're, I don't know. It's just different. Like people would be buying
I
be buying Xboxes to play with their friends on Xbox, but if they don't do that, they're going to just be, playing with their friend that has a PlayStation instead of that friend buying an Xbox to, play Xbox with that person. They just play with each other with the two consoles. So I don't know.
now I
It's
get where you're
weird.
coming from completely, but I feel like maybe they should have a list. Maybe they should have a certain list of games restricted. I don't think that Battlefield should have crossplay. I do not think that Black or any of the Call of Duty should have crossplay. I do think that games like Fortnite, which is the most popular game in the world right now, should have crossplay, and Fallout 76, I do believe should have crossplay. I think that would be amazing. That's just because I'm a Fallout fan, but whatever. Like
Yeah.
record-breaking games like Fortnite is the biggest example. Like something like that definitely should have crossplay. It's a really competitive game. It's very interesting to see. I think that should happen. Um, Obviously, I'm not saying let's make it so that we can get into party chats with people on Xbox while we're on PlayStation. Hell no. And I do think that exclusives definitely keep that barrier between the two
Yeah.
consoles. I think it would be fun to see really, hey, even honestly, Call of Duty, that would be cool for crossplay. People have wanted that. But I mean, on massive games, there really should be crossplay. I mean, it's just something that should happen. I'm not saying on something like Ark or something on a really smaller multiplayer game as well. I can't think of any games, something like Friday the 13th or something like Dead by Daylight. No, maybe that shouldn't have crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation, but on some massive games, maybe there should be. I think that would be really cool just because it would be very interesting to see, especially from a standpoint as if you're a big streamer or a celebrity in the gaming world, and you want to play with your viewers, but you say you do like, oh, all right, subs get to play with me. If I'm a Twitch streamer and you pay to subscribe to me, we're gonna have a sub only night, and I can't have someone from a PlayStation sub and an Xbox sub play with me at the same time on crossplay. Like, I don't know. I don't really like that. I think that that's something that you should let happen. You know what I mean? Let people play with each
Yeah.
other at the same time on certain games. Like I said, especially the major, huge games. We were just talking about Red Dead Redemption. Obviously, that's going to have multiplayer. Do I think something like that should have crossplay? No. Same with like GTA Online. Maybe that shouldn't have crossplay. I don't know. But like competitive online games, I feel like stuff like that definitely should. Uh, Obviously, Fallout 76 isn't really competitive, but I'm just a fan of Fallout, so that would be cool to see. But like definitely something like Fortnite again should have crossplay.
Yeah, I just think it would they would be, both Xbox and PlayStation would not be making as much money as they would be normally if they ended up doing this. So I think that's mainly why PlayStation isn't going for the crossplay thing, because Xbox, it's Xbox. They're Microsoft. They own pretty much every PC in the world. So it makes sense for them to be able to go, crossplay with a PC because, your Microsoft crossplay with Microsoft. It makes complete sense. Um, but like Xbox and PlayStation, I don't know about that, honestly. It's just gonna make them lose a lot of money. People aren't going to be buying both consoles uh, just to play with friends on both consoles. They're just gonna have one console, stick with it, and just play their games with their friends, no matter where or what console they're on. So
I think we're just gonna have to wait for the future and see what
yeah,
happens, but only time will tell. Looks like, I guess, right
I
now Sony's looking at the dollar signs while Xbox, Microsoft, they don't give a shit. They're rolling in
yeah,
money.
they're like, hey, we sell our operating system for $200, so we can afford this. let's let's just
Yeah,
keep her going.
I
But
think
yeah, that's
time will
that's
tell.
something. Yeah, well,
Time
I
will
think we'll
definitely
we'll
tell.
mainly have to wait until the next gen consoles to see what
Honestly, yeah.
happens with those.
Speaking about that, like, yeah, honestly, if you want my complete opinion, probably what they're going to do is Sony will announce the PlayStation 5 and then maybe at that E3 say, hey, guess what? Crossplay. We're not assholes
Or
anymore. And then they'll do
or
something
they're
like
gonna be
that.
like, hey, backwards compatible. Yeah, they're just
Finally.
gonna
Yeah.
they're just gonna get us and be like, oh, it's only backwards compatible with PS4 games.
Yeah. Imagine that shit
It's like,
anyway,
oh
though.
my
Yeah.
god, kill me.
That would piss me
But
off.
yeah, that's uh that's pretty much it, guys. We've been here for a while. If you've been here this whole time, please leave a like and tell us exactly how you feel about whatever you want in the comments. Like out of any of the topics we talked about, just tell us in the comments below how you felt about it. Go check out Devin's links in the description, also with mine. I did a video with him recently on his channel with relating Fallout 76. So go check that out if you haven't. And if you're fans of Devin coming over to see this, hello. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. You might get more content like this out a little more frequently. But yeah, you got anything else to say, Devin?
If you enjoyed this one, stay tuned for the next podcast because it's going to be,
Yeah,
there's going to be
you're
a
gonna
lot of
like it.
debates. There's going to be
Yes,
way more
yes, there
of an
will.
interesting conversation. This one, we're just going over, the games, how we like them and whatnot. But in the next one, we're
We're
going to
gonna
have
go
another
into depth.
guest, and there's going to be a lot of, man, the discussion that we'll have on there. I'm not going to spoil it, but just stay tuned because it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really good one. I
Stay
think so.
tuned, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for showing up. If you guys did enjoy this, please have a like. Also, uh, again, go follow Devin's channel and all of his links that are below. Same with mine. Also,
You know what? I don't even want followers. I just want people to I want people to follow my Twitter. That's it. Just follow me on Twitter,
follow
please. That's
follow
it.
his Twitter and check out his Arc series.
That's
That's
all I
mainly
want.
what he wants. He
I just
doesn't
want
need
Twitter
subs anymore,
followers.
guys. He just wants Twitter followers and his Arc
Yeah.
series to do good. But yeah. Oh, again, I hope you guys did. Hope you guys did enjoy. Please have a like, comment, and subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Goodbye.
Subscribe as always, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Goodbye.